You must face the World Eater known as Galactus.
The Marvel Universe is one of those brilliant comics franchises that gives a fictional yet believable account of time, space, life, death, and everything in between. The multiverse in Marvel consists of several characters who can be superheroes or villains, depending on the context of the time and space they're in. Galactus is one such hyper-gigantic antagonist in the Marvel world who has been called the Devourer of Worlds. He's more powerful than most of the other villains, but holds similar intentions, like Thanos, of bringing balance to nature of the universe by destroying worlds and absorbing the energy from them. In this episode, where Marvel tries to open a back door for this character called Galactus, we can see a completely different dimension and objective of this humongous form. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
Too much power, too much to consume.
This version of the Marvel Universe begins with the assembly of superheroes called Ultimates, the super mighty Captain Marvel, the super dazzling Spectrum, brilliant scientist Blue Marvel, dimension-traveling Ms. America Chavez, and King of Wakanda Black Panther. The episode unravels as the Ultimates are discussing their first ultimate problem of the universe they would like to solve, and that concerns one of the ultimate villains of the Marvel Universe, Devourer of the Worlds Galactus. Black Panther travels through the strong fabrics of time and space to meet the beginning of Galactus, where he's preparing to destroy Archaeopia, which happens to be the first victim planet on his plate. Ms. America and Captain Marvel are on the planet of Morador 9, where after a lot of struggle, the part team of Ultimates has found a mysterious gadget that is misused by a local warlord to punish innocent lives. The team wants to capture it to negotiate a pact with Galactus, as Black Panther prepares for this treacherous time travel at Triskelion, which happens to be the headquarters of the Ultimates. He's dutifully warned by his loyal Dora Milaje that such a ruthless journey brings along with it a cost which might be hefty to pay. However, Black Panther aims to sacrifice anything, or everything if it comes to that, for the safety of the universe. Black Panther is torn physically and mentally as he begins the trip, as every little atom in his body is pulled and pushed apart. During this translocation through time and space, Black Panther's third eye gets intimated, which makes him hallucinate about his father rejecting him as his son, which makes him call out for help subconsciously. The time travel also makes T'Challa see through the visions of a historical scientist named Galen. They are a group of scientists known as the Scienceers from Sixth Infinity, who are out on a life-transforming exploration to find out what lies beyond the known limits of time and space by steering through ultraflow, an interuniversal space to a neutral space, which will supposedly take them to the outside of the multiverse, which no one has explored. However, as they rejoice their preconceived success, their spaceship is hit by a mega cosmic ray storm, which kills all of them, including Galen, who is not able to believe that all of their research will end like this. T'Challa also narrates to us that millennia passes by, as the spaceship torn to pieces gradually starts healing itself, and metamorphoses into an incubator in which Galen has imbibed an insurmountable amount of energy to become Galactus. Driven by a hunger for more energy, he mitigates his hunger by devouring countless planets and spaceships. As Galactus destroys his first target, Archaeopia, and all the innocents of the planet die, T'Challa reaches his destined point in time and space, right in the face of Galactus as he planned. To his surprise, Galactus can still understand Black Panther in his timeline, and communicate with him, and respects T'Challa's resolve to propel through time to visit him, without suffering a total conceptual collapse. This Galactus is the Galactus we all know, and wears a purple face mask, helmet, and an attire with two horns protruding from the sides of his helmet. Galactus sounds pretty egotistic as he responds negatively and dismissively to Black Panther when he expresses his wish to negotiate a deal with him. As T'Challa tries to discuss the history of Galactus and probes the convoluted destruction of his spaceship and its eventual conversion into an incubator, which created Galactus, he interrupts T'Challa and suggests he go back to his human world, being ineligible to know his great origin and the purpose behind it. Meanwhile, it turns out that the gadget that Captain Marvel and Ms. America were searching for on planet Morador 9 was actually the crashed womb spaceship from which Galactus was born. The two superwomen are able to retrieve it and at the same time successfully revive and re-engineer the machine and bring it toward the time-space where the conversation between T'Challa and Galactus is ongoing. T'Challa passed a comment to Galactus that somewhere deep inside him he seemed to have some good intentions, since he did not destroy or devour his super energetic mothership despite his insatiable appetite for energy, which actually makes sense. It could also mean 100 other possibilities, in which one of them could be that Galactus had already seen this time previously and actually wanted the whole thing to happen. The Ultimates join Black Panther at this time space and push the supervillain into the incubator ship, trying to lock him inside. They seem to be no match initially for Galactus, as he tries to break free from the encasement, but Blue Marvel throws an IS-8 sample at Spectrum Monica, who is blasted towards the machine by him and Captain Marvel, which feeds the ship the energy of the IS-8, thereby expediting the reformation of Galactus. We get to see the miracle here that the Ultimates hoped for. The Galactus who walks out of the feeding ship is brand new with all gold as purples are all gone. As T'Challa dreams that night, he narrates that he saw Archaeopia invigorated with life and a beautiful dawn. As he wakes, he sees what seemed impossible, not sure how long ago. The gigantic monster he once was, the new Golden Galactus has turned into a Lifebringer, who is bringing Archaeopia back to her flourishing self, and T'Challa knows all is well. After the evolution of the Lifebringer Galactus, the Ultimates try to go beyond the time-space to monitor the well-being of the multiverse. However, the living sentience of the cosmos, Eternity, felt that it would be unsafe for such terrible secrets to land in the hands of mortals like humans. Galactus stops the Ultimates and brings them back to their base safely. Once Galactus goes beyond the multiverse, beyond time and space, he realizes the terrible secret that Eternity is imprisoned in chains, and that Eternity wants Galactus to find out who has done this and why this has been done. Before the death of the sentience of the universe, at the hands of Master Chaos and Master Order, Galactus, or Galen, the son of Ta, is given the responsibility to continue as the Lifebringer by the sentients. Unable to tolerate this, and believing that this will cause an imbalance in the delicate strings of the universe, the Creation Masters, Order and Chaos, after killing the sentients, try to interrogate Galactus and bring him back to his usual purple destructor role. However, being the new Lifebringer and due to his dissolution of hierarchical ranks, owing to the destruction of the Omniverse, Galactus defeats them without a break of sweat. This also weakens Galactus and he's trapped in the Superflow. Master Order and Master Chaos, who flee after being defeated by Lifebringer Galactus, to enhance their superpowers, fuse into one being called Logos, and return to Superflow. They defeat Galactus and rebadge him as his older purple self, as the Devourer of Worlds. Despite this, with the help of Anti-Man, Galactus is again reinstated to the Lifebringer role. Time and again, Marvel has experimented with such dramatic conversions of the characters in various timelines, be it Marvel's Loki, who transforms from an anti-hero to a hero, and then flips back and forth, Avengers turning into zombies in a what-if world, or Abomination's transformation from a Hulk beater to a counselor. Every time, the infinite possibilities have only made us wonder in pleasure and wanting more. The one that we explained above is also an enjoyable ride into the psyches of one of the most dreaded villains of the Marvel Universe. The vast scope of the character, and the involvement of concepts like time-space, and the excitement of the true mystery surrounding these topics, makes it that much more enjoyable throughout. Marvel has brilliantly set across an omniverse, and then scattered across the wonderfully superhuman, yet frailly relatable characters across it, ripping open a buffet of infinite dishes that can be churned out one after another, with mouth-watering variations of taste, which can be liked by one and all. Galactus as a Lifebringer turns around the whole bunch of parasites and symbiotes, dependent on the fundamental principle of bringing balance in the universe. This makes the whole franchise of the Ultimates fun to read, and pity on the burdened soul of a retired antagonist. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone!
I will destroy